Good morning, good morning. Are we up? Oh, where have you been learning Japanese? I haven't heard that in a day or two. I don't run with that kind of crowd. Okay, no iPad this morning, I don't think. Unless we get this finished really quickly, then we'll jump over to that work. But it's back to Legendary Loot. This is the print for... I never can figure this out. We're in August now. This can't be September's, we're one ahead of this. Must be October's print, I guess. October's print. And what we're doing is color separations. The block came back yesterday afternoon from Kawasaki-san. She's living in Kobe. She's doing our carving on this series. And she finished the key block. It came back yesterday afternoon. So my job now, she's just waiting for me. My job now is to do the color separations and send those off to her so she can get carving. And when, of course, when the blocks come back, our printers will get to work. And what this print is going to consist of is 3 pieces of wood. It's going to be 3 pieces of wood, and this time there's only 5 faces. There's going to be the key block, and we probably won't be using the back side of this one. And then there'll be 2 color blocks, front and back. And these are from upstairs. Aoyama-san and I made these together. They're not great wood, but they're very well made. But the wood itself is just marginally okay. It's acceptable for color blocks. We're still really struggling to find good material for key blocks. Anyway, that's not a problem today. Okay, what I did a few minutes before the stream, and I did it off stream because it's over at the desk way down at the party room. I printed. I took 4 impressions from the block here. And these are made on our not patented, you know what I mean, on our standard paper. It's a strong card type paper with Gampi paper sprayed on with a light spray glue. It's easy to take it off, you'll see in a few minutes. And I did 4 of them because we're going to need 4 color blocks for this print. There's a kind of grey, a kind of blue, a kind of yellow, and a kind of red. And it's not going to be totally a question of colouring in the zones, because part of the print has detail on it that I cannot draw by hand. There's a few stars here and there on the background. You'll see in a minute when I show you the image. And there's some, the monster creature has a few little tiny details that I can't draw. But most of all, the part that I can't draw is what goes in this box. I don't know if you can see what's happening here. This is the screenshot. It's a quasi screenshot from an old 8-bit adventure game, I guess, is that what they're called? And inside the box here goes text. And rather than try and draw that, Jetson created the original for me, and I printed it out on Gampi paper early this morning before I came over here. And unfortunately, as the paper ran through the copy machine, it folded over itself, so it's going to cause me a bit of trouble. But anyway, so this is going to be transferred to one of those sheets, because there's no way I'm going to try and draw the details here. And the printers are not going to be so happy with this, because what it is normally, of course, the printers are working with black outlines, and then they fill colors inside. So it's easy. Black outlines are easy to print, and colors are easy to print. But this is going to be a color block. This will be blue, actually, in the finished print, and the lettering will be white. So they're not going to print the lettering. They're just going to print a color block that has letters carved out of it. And that's tough for both the carver and the printer. The carver's got to get this shape exactly right, and the printer's got to be able to print it without having any glue or tamari fall in the holes. And both of those people, Kawasaki-san the carver and Ishikawa-san the printer, when they see this, they're going to go, oh crap. Anyway, that's their job. Okay, let's get started. Jed gave me an original from Photoshop, and I've got it here. I'll pop it up in a minute if I can find it. Just a second. And I'm going to have to refer to this too, because I myself don't know how the colors work. Let's find it here. Excuse me. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's Jed's original Photoshop file. And I got to figure out how he makes this work. How does all this work from 4 blocks? Okay, we've got lots of overlap here. Let's see if I can figure this out. Let's start with how has he made these colors? He said there's 4 Photoshop layers. I don't have the Photoshop file in front of me. The blue I can see. There's a blue up top. There's a blue skin on one creature. And the green monster, whatever it is, obviously has a blue background. The yellow is yellow. It's going to be under the red. It'll be under the green. It'll be under the spiky hair. How did he do these? The gray is on the tunic. The gray is I don't know how he did this. Let me think about this for a minute. I might have to go upstairs for a minute and look at his Photoshop file. I don't have Photoshop running on this computer here, so give me a hand with this, guys, okay? Suppose we got the blue block here. The blue block has the lettering. It's going to have the green part of the monster, the leaf parts. It's going to have the guy's face here. And I guess is it a mage? The guys with the wizard's hat. The blue must be underneath everything. His tunic must be made up of everything. Red, yellow, and blue. Then the spiky hair must be just the red. The red must be a vermilion color. The spiky hair must be just red. No, it's got yellow underneath, because you can see over on the other guy's tunic, there's yellow underneath the red. Then what's this guy's tunic made of? It must be made of yellow and gray. Yeah, that'll be it. Then this guy's tunic is made of all yellow and red and blue. And maybe gray as well. Then what about that gradation on the plant? What's that color made of? Is that a blue gradation coming in there? Or a gray gradation? We've also got the stick here, which is kind of a brown color. It's a brown color, that's easy. That's red and blue and yellow combined. Is that the same color as this guy? Red and yellow and blue combined. Okay, I see. Then this belt is red, yellow, blue combined. And then this one has red, yellow, blue, and gray. This is all 4 blocks together, this guy's clothing. So this area is going to be and yellow and blue make green, then on top of it, the red. Okay, I get it then. The red just comes down on top of this thing to make that gradation area at the top. So the dark end of those tendrils comes from the red, which is in these grabbing things. Yeah, so that would make the gradation on the planter. This would be yellow plus blue, the green underneath plus red. So red, yellow, and that's the staff, that's brown. Red, yellow, blue, with no gray. Okay, I got it. So the only gray on the print is this part from this guy's underneath area, and then darkening up the color on this wizard type guy's costume. Okay, I've got this. I get this. Okay. The plant gradation, you're not seeing it. I don't know if it's called a gradation or it's a zigzag carving. It's not actually a gradation. It's carved in imitation of a gradation here. Then what I'm also going to have to do for the yellow, there's a zigzag thing here. I can't draw that. So what I've done, I also printed that onto this sheet. I'm going to have to trace that. I don't have a light yet, so I'm going to have to go over to the window and trace that in a minute. You'll see me doing that there. Okay, gang, is that it? Do we have any mistakes? Yeah, no mistakes, but one place, the yellow overlaid with grey for this guy's tunic is not going to look like that, because that's not the way. No, it's red plus grey. The mage's mouth is red, the same as the hair, but it's also tinted darker, so it's grey. The mouth is tinted grey. And this series here, this is yellow tinted grey, but it won't look like that. It won't look like this I don't know, color. It'll just look dirty. What's asking me? Email me the question. What are you talking about? Email me the question. I'm not sure what you're talking about, so. Okay, let's start. Let's start. We can sit here and talk all day. Let's just get going. Let's get going. All right, this one is going to be yellow. The little guy has a red eyebrow. Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure what you're talking about here. Calling out. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're going for. Okay, let's go. Yellow. So yellow is everything on this dude except the skin and except the hair and except the little handle on the sword. Is his color blue? His color is dirty blue, so there's no yellow there. Okay. It's not under his hair. His hair is just going to be the vermilion. Oh no, his hair is red. Yeah, yellow will be underneath here. Okay. Yellow will also be under basically the entire plant, right? It's under all the leaves. It's under the stems. Yeah, because the yellow is going to underlie all the red. Okay. Chat. I didn't see what's going on in the chat here. Dave's beady eyes. Sorry. Oh, there is a question in the question box. Okay, give me a second. Is this in or out? That's out. This thing about building up colors with overlaying, this green on this plant is going to be yellow plus blue. That sounds like a cool idea. Wow, we can save money. We don't need to have a green block. But the downside is, of course, we have to carve it twice. And when there's lots and lots of fine detail, this one's not so bad, but all these tendrils are going to have to get carved twice. So sometimes the savings is not really a saving. You have to work about it both ways, you know. Then the staff is brown, which means it has yellow underneath it. This dude's clothing, all the dark areas, including the top of the hat, this part of the hat, the underneath of the hat, his mouth, that's going to get yellow, red, and gray. His skin is blue, so it doesn't get the yellow. And then this guy, his hair is yellow. It's about all that you can see of the yellow in this print. And now we have the stars around here and the diamond pattern. Before I go and do that, let me find that question. There's a question in the question box. Where's my question box? I haven't looked in here for a while. It's been a long time since I heard the question. Okay, question. A process I've never understood is this process of color separation. How do, just from measuring with your eyes, do you get the perfect shade of the color each time? Why not just look at Jed's original file? Well, yeah, I could. If I had Jed's file here, I could just actually look at it. But with a simple print like this also too, we're just looking at 4 colors and they just add up. There's nothing very complex. I know. I'm not quite sure that there's anything to answer to say. When I see green, I know that it's got red and blue inside it. I know. I mean, blue and yellow inside it. Now for the zigzags, I got to go and trace. So excuse me a minute, you'll be able to watch me. Maybe I'll move this out of the way. I'm going to go over to the window and trace this. Back in a second. And the jewels, yeah, just a minute. Just a minute. We're going to be going over there to do that again for the red part, because the red is overlaying the yellow there. Then one last part here for this yellow. The jewels. We're just going to stick them on. I printed them out from Jeff's Photoshop file, together with the lettering. Where did they go? Somewhere on there. Oh, a bit over the ones. I should have the camera a bit, just a minute. A bit better. Okay, we'll let that cook for a while. You guys can help me find any mistakes. We'll be checking it later. I'll leave it sit here for a minute. Let's move on to another one. Let's do the blue. I think we're okay. I think we got it. Okay, let's move on to the blue. So the blue is areas that are blue and brown. Let's do it. It's going to be brown. So this staff is brown, so that means it gets blue. This green is going to get the blue. That's how you make green. And how far up the tendrils? That's an interesting question. How far up? This is difficult. This is not trivial. The other end of that brownie overlaid area. So these have to actually be zigzagged. It's not there, it's here. Got it in place. Then over here, blue. There's no blue on this dude. There's blue on the brown. And then back on these two guys now. His boots are brown, which means they have blue in them. His sword, the wooden part of the handle, is brown. His belt is brown. His collar is blue. And this guy, his cloak, I'm going to put a line there. She won't know where to carve. Yeah. And his hat underneath, his hat over, his hat band, and his face except for the eyes and mouth. And then of course the lettering is going to be blue. Collar is gray. I think the collar is gray blue, this guy's collar. I think it's gray blue. Not 100% sure about that. And we need the blue inside the box, and for that we are going to use the Photoshop file. And it's a bit broken, so let's see how am I going to do this. Okay, and now what we're going to do here is I'm not going to try and cut this exactly to the line. I'm going to cut this just to give me the text. And it's going to go in here. Like this. And I need that T. And I need a dab of glue. Yeah, that transition with the solid is much easier. Absolutely. Gradations take time. The block has to be moistened. We've got to take difficulty to get them all in exactly the right place. With a zigzag pattern like this, we don't even think about it. Just bang, print it, it's done. Much easier this way. And on this scale too. Remember, gradations require some finesse, and they work at a larger scale, but they're very difficult at a small, tiny scale like this. So I don't remember when Jed and I were planning this thing, I might have said, Jed, you can't do those gradations, you're going to have to figure out another way to do it. And he did. Okay, you can see what's going on here. Why is this a sudden strange shape here? Kawasaki-san is going to carve this blue block right up to the edge, of course. So it's better that she gets this information directly from the transfer sheet, the one I've printed, rather than the Photoshop file. Because, for example, this finger, she may have carved it at a little bit of a different shape than the original Photoshop file. So all the edge work has to come from the transfer sheets. But things like this lettering doesn't, so that has to come from the Photoshop file. So we end up with a combination. She's going to leave a block that includes the yellow and the black, and she'll cut out the white. And she knows now how to bring it right exactly to the lines. So is this our blue block finished? Let's double check. All the brown should be here. His boots, check. Handle of the sword. I've got to tighten that up a bit. Not the thing, whatever it's called. His belt, check. His collar, I think so, but I'm not sure. Somebody said it could just be gray. In fact, now that I think about it, I'll go with you on that. Let's keep the collar just as grey. So we'll erase it. We can't erase it, but she knows, she understands my writing. Red means no. This dude's cloak is dark brown. Under the hat is dark brown. The face is blue. The hairband is blue. The jewel is out. That's supposed to be yellow, I think. Is it yellow under there? Back to the yellow block. Then there's no blue on his cloak. His underneath is grey. His shadow is grey. Nothing on the skin. The staff is brown, which we've got. All the green parts of the plant are now included. Up the stems. Under the murky area, right up to the point where it breaks into just simply red and orange. Okay, the blue, I believe, is now ready. We'll put it there. You guys can look at it, find mistakes. What's next? Next is red slash vermilion. Okay. No, because look at this, I cut this short. The tracing paper is a bit too light, so that's not going to be a red block. It's the area we need. This is going to be a red block. And once again, brown equals red. Oh, his hair also missed. Look at this. Hey, Tony. Okay, what can we do here? I'm running out of Gampi paper upstairs, so I cut my sheets a little bit too short here. So let's do this. Let's steal a bit of Gampi from one corner here and stick it up here. Bingo. Some kind of big delivery next door. I don't know what's going on again. Big delivery. Oh dear. Okay, so this being the red block, we have to cover again all the brown areas. So, and again, the same thing, you know, to get this brown, we've had to carve these boots 3 times. So it's sometimes building colors from overlaid colors is not all that it's cracked up to be, you know. It's not always the best idea. Okay, now the hair, of course, is going on a spot because it's red. Does include the ear, no. And there's that little tiny thing, before somebody reminds me, that little tiny thing that drops down his eyebrow. Bingo. You thought I'd forgotten. Then this guy's mouth. And his hat, being brown, also gets red. His peak gets red. The band doesn't, but there's a pattern inside. An offset ball. And then over here, we now have to draw the other side of those zigzags. And it looks like it's about down here somewhere. These are long and thin. Right, where's another one? Here. And there must be one more. No, just those two. Okay, and one more. And then the little, whatever they are they fruit things? Who knows? If the lowest guy's collar is the same color as the lower part of the plant, but not blue like the above guy's face, I really don't know. It sort of does look like that, doesn't it? It looks kind of like it's green. I think you might be right. I think the lowest guy's collar is green. In which case it would get yellow and blue and maybe the gray, because the gray is going to go over that plant as well. Let me sit on that for a minute. Let me hang on that. I used spray mount, yes, to stick the Gampi to the copy paper. Yes, we've used spray glue here. I've got it right here today. It's this spray. It's 55. 3M spray glue. Now, there's one more place on this red. We've got to trace over the zigzag pattern. We put a zigzag pattern on the yellow, and the red has to go inside that pattern a little bit. So I'm going to take the red back to the window over there again. I've still got my master copy here. back to the window with my pen. And that, I believe, is the red. And again, we'll let it cook for a minute here. Next one, grey. Yes, what I'm working off here, they were printed from the key block just a few minutes ago. I did it off stream just before we started. I've got Gampi paper laid on. I printed these from the key block. That gives me absolute assurance that these lines are in the right place. I don't make these color blocks based on Jed's Photoshop file because the key block could be different. Now, for the grey here, there's an unanswered question. Is the grey covering up the blue? For example, this guy's face. Is that blue plus grey? I don't think I want to do that. The blue is what we're going to see blue here at the top of the sign. That's the blue we're going to be mixing in the bowl. It's the blue you see around where it says sandwich. And I'm thinking that's the same blue that's on his face. So this grey is going to be, it's going to be the grey area. That is just bare grey. And it's going to be, I think, it's on this guy's suit because it's darker than brown. There's a brown area, which is red, yellow, blue, is this guy's belt. This is red, yellow, blue plus something darker, which must be our grey. So this guy's outfit gets a fourth coat. This is not so good, you know, building up 4 colors in one place is not such a great idea for the paper. But Ishikawa-san's going to complain about that. But, that's going to be grey. His suit will not. Yeah, his suit is going to get it, right? His suit is the yellow plus the grey. That's right. His suit does get the grey. Otherwise it would turn out bright yellow. And this part does. And then the plant. Is that green? We've got a dirty blue and a yellow, but it's not going to make a dirty enough green. So I think the plant also is going to get the grey. So this thing is going to get, again, the plant gets carved yet another time. She's got to carve all these tendrils yet one more time. So this block is a bit much for the carver, carving the same thing again and again and again. But the print itself ends up with way more actual colors than you see from the count of the blocks. And how far up does this go? This goes up again. Up to that same line. And this is going to be, there's no way I'm going to get these in exactly the same place. Not even going to try. So we'll just twice the same mistake. This is gray. And the mouth, I think we said, was going to get gray. And the staff, I don't think so. Okay. What? Somebody's coming for a print party this morning here? I don't have the manager page running here. Did you make a reservation already? Or... Let me look at the party reservations page here. Bookings, August 2nd, 10 o'clock. There is one person indeed coming. Okay, I see. You'll be all by yourself with 3 people staff to help you. You're going to get a 3-to-1 print party. I'm not sure if I've caught all the questions. I'm sorry. As we print the transfers on a laser printer, we don't print the transfers on a laser printer. This is really why we don't do that, because it will never line up. Laser printers always stretch and distort and don't print what the file says. These transfers are printed again directly from the key block. The part that I'm using as a laser printout is just stuff like these little stars, where it doesn't matter on this text where I've got it for sure in the right place, and there might be some tiny distortion in this text, doesn't affect us. I think we are ready to go, but of course, let's check this together, please. I'll keep the original popped up there. Let's check these. The one I'm not sure about is the gray. And what did we do with the guy's collar? Before I check, the guy's collar now. Okay, the guy's collar is on nothing, so this is no good. We have to decide what to do. The little guy's collar. Let me just blow this up for a second, please. Just a sec. Bother the screen here. Okay, the guy's collar is green. It's the same as the plant. So it's gonna get basically everything. And I've got to correct the correction. She's gonna have to ask me about that. It's gonna go on the blue block. Okay. She'll ask me about that. Okay. Okay. Let's roll one by one. This is the red block. Let me just put it side by side. Next to our picture here. The red block is going to get the staff because that's brown. It gets the little... Good morning, good morning. Warn me before you open the door. Is it so? Or what you can do is stand outside and do this. Let me in. It says here, hey Dave, I've just sent Cameron an email.
Oh, well, Cameron's here now.
To remind you to come or something? No, it says to remind an email about the map.
Oh, yes. I sent him a response yesterday, so he probably wrote back.
Okay.
With
right,
how to
okay.
log in and everything.
Okay, good. Right.
Thank you.
And it says somebody on the stream here says, I'll be bothering you in an hour and we'll be coming over to the store for a print party.
Oh.
And there is indeed a reservation at 10 o'clock for one person.
Oh.
The 3 people staff are going to mob the guy.
All right.
So,
Who
Right.
do we have? What day is it?
today is a Thursday. It's Teiko-san and I'm not sure. Dei-chan's coming today, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Teiko-san and probably Koizumika. I'm not sure.
I think so.
I don't know.
That sounds right.
Hey, you're just in time. We're doing the last checkup on this.
Oh,
in
great.
fact, good. I know.
Take this, or do you want this to check on the picture?
We need both. If I can turn
Okay.
it so I can still see it, and if
Okay.
you can see it a little
Let's do
bit.
that.
And what we're doing is, I've
I'm in the
got
shadows.
Jed's. What we had is Jed's given a pretty interesting Photoshop file.
Yeah.
There's tons of colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's about 10 colors visible in the finished print,
Yeah.
and it comes from 4 color blocks.
Impressive.
Yes, but remember, as always, what happens in Photoshop doesn't always happen the same way in woodblock print. So we're going to get a bunch of colors. Whether they're going to look the same or not, I don't know. So no, really, without being sarcastic.
No. But
For that plant here, it's that yellow plus that blue plus that gray. And it's probably not going to look just like that. I don't know,
Yeah.
because our colors don't mix the same way as
Right.
the Photoshop does. Anyway, right now, before I paste them down, I'm just at the point of doing the final check.
Okay.
So if you can join the crowd there, look at this one, which is
Okay.
the red block, and see if I've caught all the necessary places to catch the red. Now, I was just going to go through it verbally. The staff here is brown on the original, so it needs to be on the red block. The plant, whatever claws here, are on the red block, and they come down to the point where it looks like a gradation, but it's actually a small zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. And they've got the little things inside the mouth, whatever. The body of the plant does not need the red block. The little triangles get the smaller triangle.
yeah.
Yeah. Now the guy's hair over here is red, and everything on his suit that's brown gets the red. Same as he's got a brown belt
Belt
with
and
brown
boots.
boots and a brown little hilt, I think it's
Yeah.
called. And then this dude, his clothing is really dark, and it's going to be basically all 4 blocks. It's red, brown, blue, and the gray on top of it.
Wow.
So all those areas, the hat, the hat peak, the hat thing, the guy's mouth, we're going to do red plus gray because it's different from the spiky hair next to it.
Right.
So what am I doing? This is a red block. So the mouth gets red, the little round
Okay. The gem
decoration
there on
jewel or whatever.
the.
So
Yeah.
the spiky hair is red. And I think that's it for the red block.
All right.
Somebody will yell if I've forgotten something. Next block is going to be the blue. And remember, the gradation you see in the print doesn't come into play at this time. Gradation is done later by doing a separate printing on a block. So the gradation area doesn't affect what we're doing right now. The blue is the box minus the letter.
The words, yeah.
And what I've done is I've taken Jed's Photoshop file for the lettering, but I've actually used a printout from the key block for the actual boundaries of the block to make sure it's going to be in the right place.
Got it.
If I just pasted Jed's Photoshop into this, there's no way we're going to make sure that the edges would line up. Okay, this is blue, so it's under all the brown. The staff, in other words, gets brown. This dude's uniform, again, all the parts that are dark get blue, but the addition, the hairband also this time is blue.
Yeah. But not the gem.
Yeah, not the gem. And the guy's face, but not the eyes and not the mouth, and under the hair. The cloak is all blue. Oh, I forgot. Look at this. Look at this. His hand
is blue.
Look at this. Measure twice, cut once. Measure 3 times. His hand is blue.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for catching that, whoever it was. Oh, it was me.
It was you. Yep.
Then on the small dude, is there anything that gets to be blue? And we were figuring, we weren't sure what color his collar is. And when I blew it up, and it does, it looks green.
Yeah, it looks like the green is the plant, yeah.
So I originally crossed it off, but it's going to be on here. And then the brown, his belt is brown, so it gets here. Not
and
that
boots.
little thing in his arm and his boots. And again, the
hilt.
wooden part of the hilt, but not this part and not the... Oh, wait a minute. No, that's going to be yellow plus
just
gray.
yellow and gray, yeah.
So I think the blue is okay. Moving along. This next one is yellow. I don't know if anybody's still with us or if they've all gone to sleep. This is an important job that I have to do. And if I screw it up here, I'm in trouble. This one is yellow. Or what we would call yamabuki. It's yellow with a bunch of red tossed into it. And we have, again, the brown areas get yellow. So the staff is here. The stars, the twinkly spell that he's casting, whatever it is, are yellow. The cuffs and hair itself is yellow. Then back again to this dude. Again, the darker areas. I'm going to make all 4 of these blocks. The hat, the bottom of the jewel has a base tone. Right, the hat, not his face. His mouth is going to be... The yellow hair is underlying all of the... This is interesting. The hat, the hair, for example, here. Should that hair be just red or just yellow? But up here on the spiky stuff, the red and yellow are overlaid. I can't cut the yellow to go around the outside of the red. So all that red we see on the spiky zone here has yellow under it. So the red we're seeing in this print is actually a yellow base with a vermilion on top of it. It looks like there's no areas at all that are just red with no yellow, except the last, we'll see them in a minute when we get to the red block, these little, we've passed the red block, those little spiky things, the little things hanging in the mouth, they're actually red.
They're the same color as the outside of the plant.
I can't do it. I mean, what he's done is he's got them overlaying the yellow in parts, but not overlaying. So there's no way I can make the yellow go underneath all these little tips. There's no way.
Yeah, makes sense.
So again, what we're seeing here is going to be a little bit different from what Jed's done in Photoshop because he's made opaque colors there. So anyway, I'm going to sidetrack back. I'm back on the yellow block. So the yellow basically underlies all of the red that we see. Again, except those little beady things inside the monster. So the hair has yellow under it. This costume is going to be yellow plus gray, and it won't look like that because yellow plus gray is not going to look like the kind of
mustard.
light brown tone. Yeah, mustard. If I was really going to make mustard, I'd like to put some other colors in there, but I can't. So again, what we see in Photoshop, this is just going to be, rather than mustard, it'll look like a Naples yellow color, a dirty yellow color. Then over here on the plant, all the plant, because it's green, gets yellow underneath it, all the way up through the tendrils, all the way up through the cloudy part, and all the way up through the red, because the yellow underlays the red. And it also comes into the mouth here. I've drawn this by hand. See the yellow part? You can see it visible in the mouth. Nothing up here on the side. All right, okay?
These parts inside the flowers, are they going to look like 2 different colors? The parts that are overlapping the yellow?
Let me pull that plant back.
Sorry, I'm just curious how it's looking.
It will. This little thing here, for example, this little dot, it'll be red by itself outside and it'll be red over yellow on the inside. So yes, it will change.
Okay.
That's what I can't do. I think probably if you expanded Jed's thing, it would look
Similar.
like that too, but I can't control that.
Okay.
Because there's no way I can carve yellow underneath those little dots, the way that we have yellow underneath the red triangles. Right, last and not least, we have grey. And I'm not sure on some of this. Do we need the grey under the plant? I think the plant is a really dirty, mucky shade of green. If we just did it with blue and yellow, it would be a more greeny green. And this is really a dirty green. So I think the grey is on top of it. But by doing that, it means I have to carve these zigzags twice. Up to where it ends with the red.
Yeah.
So it's going to look more of a gradation because there's no way we're going to try and get the zigzags in exactly the same place. So they're going to overlap each other in a blurred way. And it's okay. It will look more like an actual gradation. It's okay.
Yeah.
So I say, and that's my story, and I'm going to stick to it. So this will be grey, this will be grey, this will be grey. This little part of the plant here is actually background color. It's out.
Yeah.
Then grey. He has some actual exposed grey here under the sleeve and inside the tunic. There's no grey on the brown, I think. So the brown staff just gets by itself. But there is grey on top of this guy's tunic because that's what differentiates it from the brown color on the other ones. And again, that's all over the tunic or cloak, whatever you call it, and under the hat, and at the peak of the hat. And we're going to add grey on the mouth to differentiate it from the guy's hair. And we've grayed out the yellow to give us the dirty yellow color. And to get mustard, should there be something else in there? I don't think so. If I put the red in there, there's no way it's going to be what it looks like. There's no way.
It would turn much oranger.
Yeah,
More similar to his
If I
hair.
was going to try and make mustard, I put a dab of light brown in there, but I can't. If we make it brown, it just comes out the same color as this guy's tunic. So I think we are good to go.
All right.
So I've got 4 color separations ready, which I think are error-free. We will find out when she sits down to do test printing 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, whatever it is. And I've got 2 pieces of wood. I don't know how much time we've got, but I've got time to paste down a couple of them for sure, so you can see how it works. Copying a little bit. Yeah, you can take it away from me now. Sorry about that. This side. Sometimes it works on this side, sometimes it works on the other side. So, or just take that junk away from that. Junk, well, whatever.
Take away the valuable antiques.
And I can't see where I can see up here, I guess. I don't know where I am. Okay. Should we get rid of the Jed's original? Sure. If it's marked in there as girl. It's left over from the. Yeah, there it is. Good. And I can zoom in a bit then if we've done that. Oh, yeah.
A little too much.
Okay?
Yep.
That's good. What tools do I need? I need my. That's the mic too, right next to you.
Try not to yell. It's going to be another hot one today.
It always is, isn't it? So, okay. And a little bit of warning, people that have been here before know what's going to happen. We do have a little bit of persuader work here. Single shots. Single shots with my bang. I'll warn you when they're coming.
They're asking, are you carving the blocks right now or just marking them?
No, I'm going to paste down these tracings, peel them off, and send them to our young carver Kawasaki-san. All of this series is being carved by one of our staff carvers. She lives in Kobe, and she is waiting right now this morning to get going on it. It won't arrive today, but she sent me the key block last night.
Oh, yeah.
I've been a good boy here. I've got the turnaround happening very, very quickly. Sometimes it takes me a few days. But today she should have nothing to complain about. So. And here we go. Here was our bang. I'm going to make one sharp tap here. Am I visible? I don't know.
Yep. Looking good.
Okay. Headphone wearers, please be careful. I'm going to tap. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that was a tap.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not sure how much to explain. We've done this, so many times.
Yeah.
There's always new viewers. This is how the registration marks get transferred from the main block to the color block. Here we are again. This was the main block. It had registration marks carved on it before all the other carving. I pasted a tracing down on it So given that the thing was carved and the registration marks are there, that sets the tone and registration for the whole print. Then this morning, I put a piece of paper very carefully into the registration mark and printed. So these sheets I'm printing now, they're registered to that corner and the line. So putting that aside now, bringing this down, I've cut new corners here, and this will be pasted down, placed exactly in that corner, which has transferred the registration from the key block to the color blocks, right?
Oh my, that was loud today. Holy.
Just one tap. There are 3 more coming, because I have
Yeah.
to do this 4 times, whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry. You want to unplug the mic for that moment? I don't know. I want to muck around with a microphone or something. Okay, here we go. The registration marks are ready. Let me do a test placement here.
Yep, you're exactly right. Spine ripper. So it's important to make the separations based on prints from the key block, so it all lines up at the end. You couldn't do it
No, I
computer
can't just
printed
print
for
it.
all
No,
of
no,
them
no,
because
no,
they
no,
would
no,
be
no,
all
no,
over the
no.
place.
Yes,
It would be
yes.
really hard to
It
line.
might be all over the place. We just don't know. So
Right, but this way you know.
we're guaranteed. Yes.
Yeah.
And this is why we do this combination, because the information for this lettering is not on the key block. It's just a blank box.
Right.
And inside that blank box, I paste in the information that I need.
Yeah.
Okay, can I do this? There's the piece of wood ready. There is the color transfer ready. It won't be one of these perfect peels because we've got a layered up transfer sheet here. People are waiting for one of these perfect peels. And I peel it off the back all in one piece or something. Won't happen here with this one. Where's my water?
That Steve talks about Chinese having strange ways of registering their prints. It was interesting. I don't know anything about
I wouldn't
that.
use the word strange, just totally different. Totally interesting. Because their paper is so thin.
Right.
They can't use a registration corner. The paper would just buckle and smash. So what they do is they get a stack of 100 sheets and they staple them to the desk. And then they lift them back and they put the block in. And then they print the block, put the first sheet over and print it. And then either, if it's only going to be one color print, tear the paper off at that time.
Yeah.
And if it's not, there's a slot in the desk. So imagine this, there's a slot in the desk here, a hole. Here's the wood block or a piece of wood.
Mm-hmm.
The paper is stapled in a stack over here.
Yeah.
Flip all the paper back. Moisten the block, ink up the block. Pull the first sheet of paper on, take your impression, lift the paper up, slide it down into the slot so it's now out of the way. Ink the block, put sheet number 2, still stapled to the desk.
Yeah.
Over here, print it. Push it down into the table. Do sheet number 3 and sheet number 4.
That is interesting.
And because they're all stapled up, each one actually is in a different place.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because you keep the stack in the same order. You keep it stapled.
Right.
You just flip it all back up, take your wood out of the way, put the new piece of wood for the new color, figure out where it should go, and then start again. Sheet number 1, sheet number 2. And after
So they all slowly are shifting over.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Right,
Because
because
it stays stapled.
It stays in the same
It
order.
stays stapled. It doesn't stay in the same order. It stays stapled to the desk
Yeah.
until they're all finished.
That's so
And they either use a
interesting.
staple desk or they use 2 desks. It's done at the edge of one desk.
Yeah.
And the next desk next to it has the color block on it. So you move in and move out.
Huh.
Or you use a slot.
Right.
It's cool. It's so cool.
That is so interesting.
But it means the paper has to stay dry.
Yeah.
Because you can't keep moist paper when you're doing all those things. The Japanese
yeah.
can't do that. So the Chinese one, which has mucky registration and no little fine lines and stuff like that, it's a very rough type of approach. My block is dried out now. But it's cool. It's totally not suitable for us because it's so rough.
Yeah.
It doesn't give good registration by our standards.
How does that
But these were folk prints, New Year's decorations and
Yeah.
money to burn at festivals and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It didn't require the
Finesse,
delicacy and finesse that the Japanese system does. So it worked for them.
Yeah. That's so
And man,
interesting.
they're fast. You watch a video. There's videos of it all over the net.
Okay.
Chinese woodblock printmaking.
Yeah.
They don't use a baron like we have. They use a bunch of plant fibers all matted together into a wad.
And then rubbed.
We just rub them across the back. Good morning, Day-chan. How are you? The print party's at 10 o'clock, and the guy who's coming for the print party is on the chat stream this morning.
He's watching us now.
So he's probably waiting outside. He's in the coffee shop across the street or something. I don't have no idea where he is.
Yeah. Can't be far.
Day-chan, can I ask you a small favor, please? Can you run to the party room and bring me one of the barons, please? The batter.
Oh, butter.
Yeah, I need to rub this down. Thank you very much. I forgot to bring it.
Spine Ripper says, I can't wait to go back to Asakusa. Nui Hostel for life. What is this hostel?
Thank you. What's
What
that?
makes it so great? Do you know a place called Nui Hostel? N-U-I?
No idea. I'm
No
sorry.
idea. Okay. Apparently it was great. Says it's a 5-minute walk from our shop with good vibes and cheap beer.
Cheap vibes and good beer. What was
Yeah.
that? I don't know what I'm sorry. Nui. It sounds like a Japanese word, is it?
Yeah. And a 4.5 out of on TripAdvisor.
Not one. Like some places I know. It folded when it went through the copy machine. It folded over, so I had to just paste it on separately. Always something.
Always something indeed.
Garbage building up everywhere.
Does Kawasaki-san ever do her own pasting down and preparing filler blocks or anything?
She's asked me to do it.
Oh, okay.
When she was doing her sort of apprenticeship at that other workshop, she wasn't allowed to do it.
Huh.
She not in any funny way. She was just too new. She was a newbie there, and then they closed, and that was that. So she left them before having the experience. And this is one reason why I wanted to come here and spend more time here, so we can do some of this stuff together, so she can learn what's going on and how to do this. Her attitude is just based on so whatever, let Dave do it. It's okay. She's quite happy just to carve. But the problem is the know-how is not spread around the company. So
Right.
John Sanger did this. He's fine. He did all his own work like this for the Yokai series.
Oh, okay.
So he's my backup on that. He did his own. That Times Burn Bright image.
Right.
He's done all his own stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we're not totally at out of options here.
Yeah.
This is bright. Look at this.
Wow. Yeah.
And when she gets the card, she'll touch it with a drop of oil, which will make it even more totally transparent. So,
Right.
so okay, there's one. There's blue.
All right.
Another piece. What's next? We're okay for time, are we? I'll just keep going. This
Yeah,
is my
9:15.
I sent him to her this morning, so this is my job. So. What's next? The other wide one. We got two pieces with it that are a bit knotty and a bit wide. So this we'll do this wide one first. Okay, bang time again.
It's coming up. Ready?
Just a minute. 3, 2, 1. Is it a quiet stream today over there?
Yeah,
Are they
it's
chatting
pretty
with
quiet.
themselves, or
No,
they've all gone to sleep?
we're talking about the map.
Map?
Map.
Map.
Yeah. Why was I? Good morning.
あ、そうか。じゃあ今日は何 Ladies, Teikoさんと、oh, really?
Oh, no poison. Fantasy Nerdo 5 jumps in. Hello. Welcome. Because you said they're a quiet stream. So coming back to life, I guess. Hello, hello.
I got lots of progress made on the video thing last night. I finally sort of
Oh, really?
got through what to do.
Nice.
And I've got it. I'm not ready to go, but I've got it done in preparation for last. Instead of just thinking about it.
Yeah. So it is going to be a race.
Whatever, I wouldn't sweat it. Just you know, in the intro to it, I mentioned what you were doing. So. Okay, this one again won't peel off. We've got some stuff stuck on here. So we'll
Yeah,
take care.
double layered ones. Dre's123. Yes, we're going to look at it. I haven't checked my email this morning, but we're going to look at that map and see how much it costs, what we need to do to get it up and running again, because it is fun to see where everyone's coming from.
Can't be that much, right?
I don't think so.
It is. It's crazy. But do we have to do the data all from the beginning, or is the data still there?
It
We
looks
just
like
sign
it's.
up? The data is
You
still
mentioned still there. They said it says there are 588 users on it now. There were 300 the last time
Okay.
they had checked. So it sounds like
there. So it's just a shareware so
Yeah.
that we pay for it, but the data doesn't have to start from zero. 500 people on there?
apparently,
What?
yeah.
Or is it the same person 500 times, all clustered in Marriott or something?
That would be pretty funny. That's right. It's just shy of 600 actually. 588.
Really?
That's wild.
Wow. Oh, we should definitely not let it fall aside then.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cool.
All of the accounts are Dave's mom on there. She's put them all in Canada.
Don't quite think she's that net savvy.
Yeah.
Or no, it was her trying to find
Yeah.
Vancouver 499 times. I can believe that. I haven't seen her on stream recently. Are you there, Mom? Are you there? Say hello. Poke up and say hello. I haven't talked to you in a while. Stream wants to know how you're doing.
What is a Japanese wood print? You're looking at one. Well, one getting
Not yet,
made,
yeah.
but I could grab one off the shelf and show a little bit. Just don't want to drop this. They're all over the wall back there. Here's one you may have seen on the internet.
Are you selling prints?
Yeah, I'm selling prints. No, showing. This is one in the Ukiyo-e Heroes series. Probably seen these before, but pretty famous for what do you call it, the video game parody series, Ukiyo-e Heroes. But there's lots of others. And Japanese woodblock print is this. I don't know
Actually,
how to
something I
describe it.
mentioned, we had a woman in the shop, was it yesterday, the day before, I don't remember, we got the days all blurred together.
Hmm.
She was very, very confused. She looked at the stuff and said, I don't know, I don't understand what's happening. I don't know, what are you selling? And you know, we tried to show this is a woodblock print, and it says, it's just a piece of paper. And without being sarcastic, she had thought that actually you got pieces of wood, that when you know, she'd never actually seen a Japanese woodblock print, so
Right.
she had heard of the expression woodblock print, but didn't know what it meant. You know, I'm not, you know, it's insulting a dumb print. She just didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And when we showed it, there's a piece of wood. Here's how we did. We showed it in a print party.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. And just she had never actually understood what the concept meant.
Right.
Hearing woodblock print to her meant that there was a piece of wood involved, you know, in the thing that she
In the
would
final
actually
product,
purchase.
yeah.
Yes, so. So I never know what to expect, or you know, because some people know or have experience with it, and some people just don't know at all what it is.
Yeah.
So, and we never know what they're asking. You know. So this question you've got just now: what is a woodblock print?
Where do you start?
So maybe the same. You know, is it a piece of wood? What is it? You know, why is it called wood? What confuses it even more is that sometimes we refer to them just as woodblocks. Hi, come on, we got a shop full of Japanese woodblocks here.
Yeah.
And that's really confusing.
That's
to
really
somebody who doesn't
confusing,
know what it
yes.
means, you know, so again, without being sarcastic about it, there are people who actually don't know, you know what happens here. This, of course, is one of those overlays pasted in a piece of paper with a separate design.
I think I remember someone asking, so can you sell the blocks to us? And a few months ago, no, we actually need those to make more of the prints. So sorry, we can't provide that. But
So the physical woodblocks are our capital, of course, that's our investment.
yeah.
Some blocks have left here. There was a few years ago, somebody commissioned Jed to make a private print for their wedding. Jed drew a picture of the guy and his wife, and you know, we made it. We got a set of blocks and printed it. And his deal was he bought the whole thing. You know,
Okay.
He bought a stack of prints and then the blocks too. So,
Okay.
so those are gone. But that was all paid for up front. And so that person had to pay for the block cost and the carving and the printing and the paper. And
Wow,
everything.
it's a big project.
Normally somebody buying a woodblock print doesn't pay for the cost of the blocks. It's amortized into our costs.
Right.
You know, so. Two more to go.
All right. Spine Ripper. So the Overwatch prints are still on my when I'm rich list. Those ones I think are only available. Oh, hi, Rosalie Moss.
Want to take a song? We don't have a woodblock version. No.
Yeah, they're in the G clays. By
Just too much of a vast project. Okay, another bang coming, sir.
okay.
Get my persuader ready. Another tap, just like you heard. It's 3, 2, 1. No double tap here. I gave a double tap a while ago. And half the people complain.
You hit twice.
Eitan, did you make it to the bank in time yesterday or not? Or you couldn't find one?
I was gonna go today, but then I forgot my cash card at home.
No.
Sounds like you're really some late parties recently, or
So I'm gonna go tomorrow.
But is it Kawasaki-san who's carving the Overwatch one?
no? She's carving. I don't know what the name of the game is. Overwatch. It's the two souls entwined.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the last Kickstarter one. that,
Yep. So it's on its way.
Yeah, she's working in between with this. That might have been a good idea to send that one to her because of the schedule. So.
Yeah,
So
because
we
she's
actually-
also rushed on these every single
So-
month. And another big print.
Yes. So that's still, because of that, the Kickstarter campaign still hasn't cleared yet. I think it's no big deal. I think there's only half a dozen people or something who want
Yeah.
to print right now. So, but it's still technically we haven't finished all the
Yeah,
fulfillment
haven't fulfilled it
for
yet.
that last campaign. So. It's 96% out of 98%. I don't know if Jed's written to them and told them what's going on. I don't know.
Smallest Ant asks, are you making a new campaign soon? A new Kickstarter? No, not in
I
the
don't have
plans.
any, not at all. We've been well and truly kickstarted both by the main campaign 6 years ago, by our shop campaign 4 years ago, which was responsible for getting this place into existence.
Yeah.
And then last year's campaign was a kind of a booster campaign, just to refresh the brand a little bit, get Jed interested in making some new prints, and it did that job. So at the moment, I have no plans in whatsoever for anything that needs to be kickstarted.
Yeah.
The ongoing Patreon is there. We have lots of projects going on. We have some new things coming online, but nothing that would need financing of that sort.
Yeah.
Jed himself, I'm not quite sure. I think there's stuff in the background.
Yeah,
actually,
he's
that
got all sorts of
that I'm
ideas
not privy
floating
to,
around, so.
working with other people, so I'm not. I don't even know what's going on. So not only can I not talk about it, I don't even know about it. So. So Jed will be on Kickstarter again, I think, not so far future. I'm not sure. But not me.
But not here.
Also, there's a bit of big news. It's big news for me. It's no earth-shaking news. Recently, Shiba-san her print has been selling well.
Yes.
The print that we've done, the Ghost, Contented Ghost, whatever. So, and we've had this huge paradoxical problem. We keep selling out of it. She has to go back to the blocks and make some more, and yet she's trying to make new prints.
Yes.
So we've been asking her, Shiba-san, please let us print this. You go ahead with making new ones. Our Mokokan staff can print it, the same as we do with Jed. If he trusts us, we show him everyone. He signs them all.
Yeah.
There's no risk. Let us print it. You define the colors and everything else. And Sugi-san upstairs will happily print it. Then when they're done, we will emboss them or something, design Ayumi Shiba, carving Ayumi Shiba, printing Natsuki Suga, published Mokokan or whatever. And that way we can keep making these prints and selling them, and you can go ahead and get busy with the new designs.
Yeah.
And always, she said, no, I want to make it by myself. I want to do it by myself.
Yeah.
I want to do it by myself. I want people to have something I made entirely by myself.
Yes.
And that's okay, but because they keep selling out, she has to keep going back and making some more.
And not
no
moving
new
forward.
ones.
Yeah.
So I told her, you've got to make your decision. You're going to spend the rest of your life making that one print? Really? That's all you want to do for the rest of your life? And she said, so this nay. So she cracked last night. And I said, let's do this. Will you let me do it? Will you give me the blocks? And she said, okay.
What?
But with one proviso. She thinks she's embarrassed about the quality of the carving.
Yeah.
So she said, I carved it in a way that I could just print myself. I didn't really think it was going to go to a professional printer. So there's
Right.
little quirks here and here. And it takes more time to do that because you've got to work around something that's in
Yeah.
the way, I said, it's okay. It's up to you. You can teach Sugi-san how to do it, and she will happily do it. Or maybe you can recarve some of these, in
Yeah.
a way that Sugi-san's easier to print.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, let's do this. And she said, okay.
All right.
So Sugi-san right now is busy with Times Burn Bright, but
Very.
as soon as we get off that one, bang.
Cool. That's great.
And I got to catch her before she changes her mind.
Yeah, because this morning, or not this morning, yesterday
This was
morning, I
yesterday.
remember her saying, no.
This was last night.
Okay, so at night she finally
She was
changed
here
her mind.
carving. She sat at my bench here carving on the new one, and it was the fact that she was carving on the new one that started this conversation. Shiba-san, you're here working.
When are you going
late
to
at
print
night.
this
Yeah,
one?
so. This is the yellow paper. There's not one come off.
Yes, Kantar, you're right. She's doing a Tsuchigumo thing, something with a huge spider.
Yeah, something with a spider, and there's a rape involved, and there's some pregnancies, and I don't even know what it is. She was trying to.
Mix 3 or 4 folk
Yeah, she's
tales
mixed a whole
together
bunch of
and
stuff.
her own stories.
Yeah. And it looks interesting. It's got 2 key blocks, a black one and a pale red one.
A couple things. Spineriper says, this is my favorite woodblock print.
This one?
No, this one he's got a link to Tsuchiya Koitsu's Ushigome Kagurazaka, and he says, I believe Dave was able to get the original wood blocks and do a reprint. Is that
No,
right?
no, no.
Or
We have access to the blocks, but we ourselves don't have printers that are capable of doing that yet. If Ayumi-san had stayed with us instead of having a baby, she might have been ready for that just about now. But no, the prints we've got it in the shop right now.
Yeah.
The prints we have in the shop are from the original Doi Hunger Company wood blocks, but not printed here at Mokuhanka.
Right.
We talked about this on the videos. The Doi company has sent these out to other printers working here in Tokyo. And these people do and don't work to our own standards. So what we do is, Doi company has told those guys, these are going to be sold at Mokuhanka, so we want them blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But they don't always come out like that. So we look them over. They bring us over a stack of finished prints from Itakura-san.
Right.
And we look at them. We get a batch. They brought 16 different prints over. And 3 of them, they are not going in the shop. They're going back. These are print read, because this is the very first one I show you. But here, can you reach over to the stack of prints behind you? Look for this print here.
Okay. Yes. Is that?
It's top right.
Oh.
No, right.
Other right.
Koitsu. Go on, Hasui. I'm sorry.
Hasui, okay.
Hasui.
There we are.
Okay, hi. So she brought 3. This was on Monday afternoon. They brought 3 over, and 2 of them we can put in and 1 we can't. And it's just Itakura-san. He just doesn't care. He just freaking doesn't care. So this is his basic level. It looked all right. I couldn't find any gross defects with it. It simply closely matches the original layout design. It's okay. And then 1 of the 3 looks like this. He just hasn't cared at all. He's just let his brush run wild and get some scratches here. I don't know if you can see it or not. Now, if this was the design, it's okay. It looks like wind. But it's not the design. Hasui has prepared a very, very still print here. And there shouldn't be any of this bizarre stuff. The colors should be smooth and flat and quiet. I don't know if it's going to show in the picture here. I'm sorry, I don't. There's all these reflections of the plastic. Anyway, maybe yes. So this was okay. This was no. I don't know if it's showing.
Yeah,
I'm
it
sorry.
is pretty well if you know what you're
Totally
looking for.
straight. There's no way. It's
Yeah,
totally
it's-
straight.
Darker blue streaks
Oh.
at diagonal
So
angles.
whatever, it just goes out of the pile, back it goes, and next time he comes next Monday, he can take this one back because it's no thanks.
Got it.
So, it's out of my control at the point of making it, but it's in my control at the point of putting it in the shop. No, I'm sorry, no way. We've got it on the website. If someone's going to click a link on the website and buy it and then get this in the mail? No way. So, whatever. So it's a real mix. Some of the Doi things we are printing ourselves here, the Akino Miyajima, the Kawaguchiko, and some of them, the bigger Oban prints. We are not printing any of the Oban prints here. We don't have the technology yet to do that.
Yeah.
Technology, we don't have the, what's the word? Not technology, I don't know. We don't have the printers, the skills yet to do it.
Yeah. Send the bad ones to me. My standards are not so exacting. No, sorry. We don't want anything with Mokuhankan's name on it going out. That's
Yeah, I'm not
Not
trying
up
to
to
be
the right
pretentious
standard.
about it, whatever that. That's just what it is.
yeah. How's that uncovered Hiroshige doing? Any chance of us seeing it on stream anytime? Which print are you talking about? Do you know what that might be? Is it-
Uncovered Hiroshige. Give me a hint. What are we talking about?
Oh, that's what did Steve write about. Maybe he means the Lost Hasui, the Pyongyang one that Kawai-san is reprinting.
Yeah,
for,
maybe. That's what I want to
but that's
say.
for someone else, and
So-
we're not going to be publishing it.
What was it? You're showing social media though of the printing process. I don't know
just-
what the status is.
Just a little bit of Kawai-san doing it and explaining where it came from, because I thought it was interesting. But yeah, we made sure it's clear we're not selling it ourselves. And Kawai-san does, what is he? He works on it a couple days a week. Is that
Yeah,
right?
he's off now. He'll be back on Saturday doing some more. But we're basically waiting for input
some-
from overseas. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's 3. Let me get one more. Where's my empty face here? There you go. This is the grey block. I've actually got this done. Amazing. Good,
Yeah.
good, 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 good. Okay, the last of today's 4 bangs is now going to happen with the persuader. Knife is in place. Ready. 3, 2, 1. You can put him away.
No more persuading going on today.
No persuading. Not
Can
that
I
kind.
ask why these two on the long face, when making the registration marks, you do not use the hammer,
Because it's
but
with
only
the
put
grain.
it.
The knife, the chisel sinks in
Oh,
pretty
'cause
easily.
with
But
the
across the
grain.
grain, the chisel doesn't want to sink in at all.
Okay, got it.
You've never sort of made stuff with wood at this, have you, Ken?
No.
Interesting.
I think when I was in 5th grade or 6th grade, I made a very basic treehouse. Not treehouse, I mean birdhouse for a tree, in a tree.
Again, without wanting to shoot at you, it's just so bizarre to me to think of somebody who doesn't, hasn't used hammers and saws and
Yeah.
chisels and bits and pieces. When you were growing up, did your dad have a workbench at home? And stuff? Because there was like no room for it, Japanese style, or because it wasn't part of your culture? Or,
just
'cause I thought
wasn't.
North American families, whatever, the guy has a workbench. How did your dad do house maintenance and stuff? And a fence starts to fall down, you have to fix it, or something goes wrong.
Yeah.
Kitchen tap breaks or whatever.
Well, you had wrenches for pipes and things, and hired plumbers if it was really bad. Or
So no renovations, building a new bathroom or something. or
no,
stuff.
not much.
Is it just a Canadian thing then? 'Cause
No,
it
there are
seems
lots of
everybody
North
I
Americans who
knew,
do it, but
just all our life, it was a part of the vein of my mother's life, and always there was construction going on in the
Yeah.
house. Always, I mean, it's good. Dad built new kitchen cabinets. That's wonderful. But it took 6 months to build new kitchen cabinets during the time when my mother's like working in the kitchen with crap everywhere.
yeah,
So it was a demerit plus minus situation.
yeah,
And the way they lived, they moved around a lot in Canada. It was quite common to buy a cheaper house, fix it up, because they knew they were going to be moving in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Because of a military family.
right.
So they would buy cheap places. And during the 2 years they moved, they lived there, fix it up, and
Yeah.
then sell it off and move
Sell it
on.
for
Not
more.
to be real estate moguls would no, they always ended up selling it for less. They weren't savvy at all. Just whatever the market, because their moving was determined by the military schedule,
Got it.
not by property value prices. So just as often as not, it would be lower when the time came to sell than before. So they bought a cheap house, put all kinds of money into it, and then sold it off for something cheaper.
Sad.
I mean, they were not in the real estate business; they were
Right.
just in the living business.
Yeah.
So and with kids coming along and stuff like that. So there was just always sawdust and tools and walls coming down, and I didn't help my dad with that at all. I was an idiot. I was a selfish idiot, doing my own stuff, reading my own books, or playing my own flute or whatever.
Yeah,
And it would have been great to work with the guy and do those things.
Yeah.
He never asked, and I never thought about it.
Yeah.
Maybe from my parents' point of view, the kid's responsibility was to be a kid and go to school and do that stuff. And his job was to provide the house.
Yeah.
But looking back on it now, crap, we could have had some fun together.
yeah.
But I was too immature.
That was nice. Oh, she just bowed and then went away.
Susan's already gone. She came and left about before I got the stream up and running.
Oh,
She
wow.
was here like 7:30.
She's here early.
She wants to get that thing
Done.
up and running.
Yeah.
So she passed through about somewhere around 7:30. Whoa. I was getting this thing ready and I heard it going. And she didn't come in. She just from
Wait,
outside.
I'm here.
So I'm here. So you won't be seeing Susan this morning. I'm sorry.
They're pointing out that your stream is running a little bit over time.
Yeah, I am.
But
Yeah, well, you can see what I'm doing. I'm
That's
just coming
what
to
I
the end of the
thought, yeah.
first block. You know, I wasn't worried about the time so much as the job. This
Yeah.
one, we're just going to let the job run.
And you're not in charge of the print party.
No, there's 3 girls can handle this one guy. Is
Yeah.
he still on the stream, or is he now on
don't
the
know.
subway station, or
What
on the
was
subway? or
the
something?
account name?
I forgot. It was back near the
Okay.
beginning of the stream. I'm sorry. You know, it wasn't one that I actually recognized so well.
It was Micah Magic Carp. The
Yeah,
Steve
something like
says.
yeah.
Says I can't remember Hasui's name, but I can remember a random username.
That sounds familiar. So.
Yeah, but they said he dropped off a while ago, so on the
So
way.
he's on the way. He's on the subway, I guess, or something.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe he'll show up in the stream. Say good morning to everyone.
If he is, he's better get on it.
Yeah.
Got a few minutes left. Oh, sorry. The October calendar they need.
Oh, the pages?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mentioned email last night. We need the October
Okay.
pages.
Okay, they're upstairs. I've got them already printed out.
今日キャメロンさん持ってくる。上から。そう。
もう3階にあります。
That's also that's part of the monthly routine.
Okay.
You've got it. So.
Got it.
All right, I think we are good to go. They look a bit messy here, but we're good. They can now be sent off to Kawasaki-san, who is eagerly waiting for them. Eagerly waiting, I don't know, but whatever. That's their job.
Yep. Whatever, that's your job. Yep. How many separations for this print? You said 4 color blocks and
four color,
one
yes,
key block.
Key block and 4 color blocks. 4 color faces, so,
Yeah.
so the full set for the print will be the key block, which is blank on the back this time around. Sometimes Jet calls for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. These will go off to Kobe now, and she will get ready, get them done. And already the previous month stuff is upstairs. Ishikawa-san is in the middle of test printing now for that one, or edition printing, I think.
I think she is now in the edition already. Okay.
And that's it. Just look at that. It took just about the regular time for a nice stream. Very good, very good. I was thinking if I finished early, I'd have to go and grab the iPad and pick up more sketching and stuff, but that seems to have gone okay.
Yeah.
What's the schedule? Today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. It'll be a normal stream. I guess it'll be one of 2 things. I'll either be here back on the iPad doing more of that hair tracing, or I'll be upstairs because Yamamoto-kun needs some paper. So I might be doing
okay.
another sizing stream tomorrow. I'm not sure.
What's he printing next again?
It's test printing on the Mitsugiri-ban, one of those Hasui prints blocks from Doi Hanga. Okay. So,
Cool.
or Great Wave. I gotta chat with him today. There we are, sir.
All right.
Cameron-san, sign us off. Say thanks
Okay.
to all the waiting crowd out there. and,
Thanks, everyone. We will see you next time. I think I can turn off one of these cameras. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay.
Thanks, guys. Okay, bye-bye.